The compilation of the Quran into a single book is a significant event in Islamic history, primarily associated with Caliph Uthman ibn Affan, although it began during the caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Here is an overview of why and how this process occurred. Reasons for compilation. 1. Preservation of the Quran. Battle of Yamama. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, several wars took place, including the Battle of Yamama, where many of those who had memorized the Quran, Huffaz, were killed. This raised concerns about the preservation of the Quranic text, as it was initially transmitted orally and written on various materials such as parchments, bones, and stones. Fear of loss. The loss of many memorizers of the Quran prompted the need to preserve the Quran in a written form to ensure that it would not be lost with the deaths of those who had committed it to memory. 2. Standardization. Differences in recitation. As Islam expanded rapidly beyond the Arabian Peninsula, variations in recitation and dialect began to appear. There was a need to standardize the Quran to ensure uniformity in its recitation and to avoid any disputes or confusion. Process of compilation. 1. Initiated by Abu Bakr and Umar's proposal. After the Battle of Yamama, Umar ibn al-Khattab suggested to the first Caliph, Abu Bakr, that the Quran should be compiled into a single book to preserve it. Initially, Abu Bakr was hesitant because the Prophet Muhammad had not done this during his lifetime. However, he eventually agreed due to the compelling reasons presented by Umar. 2. Task assigned to Zaid ibn Thabit. Zaid ibn Thabit. Abu Bakr assigned Zaid ibn Thabit, one of the Prophet's scribes, the task of collecting the Quranic verses. Zaid undertook this task with great care, gathering the verses from various written materials and from those who had memorized them, and cross-checking with witnesses to ensure accuracy. 3. Compilation into a codex completion. This initial compilation was completed during Abu Bakr's caliphate and was kept with him. After his death, it was passed on to Umar and then to his daughter Hafsa, who was also the Prophet's wife. 4. Uthman's standardization. Caliph Uthman ibn Affan. During Uthman's caliphate, the need for further standardization became apparent due to the continued spread of Islam and the variations in recitation. Uthman requested Hafsa to lend the compiled text for the purpose of creating standardized copies. Formation of a committee. Uthman appointed a committee, again led by Zaid ibn Thabit, to produce a standardized version. Multiple copies were made and sent to various Islamic regions, with instructions to destroy any other existing copies to prevent discrepancies. Impact uniformity and preservation. Uthman's efforts ensured that the Quran was preserved in a uniform text, preventing further variations and preserving the text as it was revealed. Historical significance. The compilation and standardization of the Quran are seen as pivotal actions that safeguarded the integrity of the Quran for future generations, making it possible for the Quran to be preserved exactly as it was revealed to Prophet Muhammad. This careful and meticulous process ensured that the Quran remains unchanged to this day, fulfilling the promise in the Quran itself that God would protect it from alteration. Quran 15:9.